Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First of all, we would like to say thank you to the committees and the judges who have given us the opportunity to present our paper right now. But before we start, let me introduce the members of this team. First, it's me, Khairunisa Uri Mahardika. I also act as the presenter of my team. Second is Miss Maria Magdalena. And third is Mrs. Sukmawati Adamiti S.Fam Infampuin APT. And fourth is Miss Carla SBSST MKes. Four of us are from Department of Midwifery, Hal Polytechnic of Palangkaraya. And the fifth is Mrs. Endang Suprihani SST. She is from Dr. Dori Silvanus Palangkaraya Hospital. And our paper's title is Description of Mother's Knowledge, Attitude and Compliance Towards DPT or Diphtheria, Pertussis, and Tetanus Immunization age 2 to 9 months babies at PMB Yulis EKF STR ke Palangkaraya City. Without further ado, let's we take into our research. Introduction. Immunization is a way to actively increase a person's immunity against a disease. According to WHO 2019, around 1.5 million children die each year from diseases that can be prevented by immunization. And also, Ministry of Health in Indonesia at 2017 also said that prevention of diphtheria can be carried out by high, routine, and goodly coverage, and evenly distributed in all cities and districts in Indonesia. But at the picture, we can see that immunization achievement, especially in Central Kalimantan itself, has different between one city or districts to another city and districts. And surprisingly that Palangkaraya as the capital of Central Kalimantan is still included into the two cities with lowest achievements of immunizations. And also, in other hand, a case of diphtheria was found in Dr. Dori Silvanus Palangkaraya Hospital in 2017 due to low DPT-HB HIV immunization coverage. And why does it happen? There are several factors that affect the compliance of parents bring their child to get immunized. First is because their parents busy at work. Second, because of their busyness, their lack of time, and several of them lack of knowledge and lack information, and some of them also influenced by some culture that doesn't support immunization. And based on preliminary study conducted by researchers at the Independent Midwife Practice Yulis EKF STR ke Palangkaraya City by observing and interviewing mothers, the results is mothers who afraid to get immunized have three reasons. First, because they afraid if their kid got fever or sick. Second is because they forget because the schedule of immunization are not only once because of their activities too, so they forget to go to the health facilities. And the second and the third is because they do not allowed by their parents because of some beliefs. And so the question is, what is the description of a mother's DPT immunization knowledge, attitude, and compliance for babies aged 2 to 9 months at PMB Yulis EKF STR ke Palangkaraya City? And the aim of this research is to knowing about that data. And about the methodology, this study used a descriptive method to explain and explore mother's knowledge by collecting primary data according to a cross-sectional design. The total sample was 31 respondents, and that analysis using application SPSS and using the analyzed descriptive statistics and frequencies functions. And this research has obtained an ethical clearance through the Poltekkes Ethics Commission of the Ministry of Health of Palangkaraya with issue number 081/3/KE.PE.2021. And now let's get into the results and discussions. First is identity. This identity will divide it into 4 subsections. First, it's age. We can see that the highest one is group with 17 to 25 years old with 15 participants, and the second is group 26 to 35 years with 14 participants. This shows the similarity with research of Angrita 2012 that the relationship between mother's knowledge in terms age who have the best knowledge is the mothers with age around 20 to 35 years old. And we can conclude that the mothers in mostly reproductive age has more awareness. And the second is academic background, and the highest there is senior high school until the college. And we know that education is a program experience in the form of formal, non-formal, and informal at school and outside of school. And because of that education, they will have more experiences, and from that experiences, it will change the perspective of the mothers so they can carry out their life roles appropriately. And the third is about occupation. We can see several occupations there, but the highest one is the housewife. And we can conclude that the housewives have more time at home, so they can have more attention about the immunization of their children, and also they will have more time to learn about the immunization, and also this time used to increase knowledge by increasing knowledge about immunization and give attention to child health. And the fourth is distance from home to clinic, and we can see that the highest one is group at 600 to 3000 meters, and this shows that there is no relationship between the distance to health facilities and the provision of immunizations, because respondents do not think about about the distance. Mostly in this era, the transportation also is easy to be gotten. Like we can use application like Gojek, like Grab, and also the bicycle and cars nowadays is a common thing we can find. And after identity, we got the mother's knowledge towards DPT immunization. And we can see that the good one is highest than the less one. This shows that there is a relationship between the level of knowledge and mother's compliance in providing basic immunization. And Not Atmojo at 2010 said that education factor is very closely related to knowledge. The higher a person's education, the easier it will receive and develop knowledge and technology. So, the education give impact to the knowledge, and we going to move at mother's attitude towards DPT immunization. And we can see that the good one is higher. It's about 21 participant, or 68%. And we can say that the attitude of the respondents is mostly good, and attitude is a reaction or response of someone who is still close to a stimulus or object. And the manifestation of the attitude itself cannot be seen directly. Attitudes give human behavior will act according to attitudes. And according to the result of research, the average mother who has the best attitude with the less education is high school, and with an average age of 20 to 25 years. So there is a relationship between attitude, education, and also age average. Okay, the last is mother's behavior or compliance towards DPT immunization. And it's different from the previous. Here, the bad one is the highest than the good. Most mothers have subjective norms that are lacking in the completeness of immunization due to a lack of normative beliefs and motivation to carry out immunization. And also, Baumeister and Fools in 2007 say that guidelines that guide individual behavior are in the rules, including health regulation. And it could be about immunizations too, but are not always adhered to. So we know that if someone has the information, it doesn't guarantee that they will take action to that information. And this is the summary. Based on the results of the study, it can be concluded that the description of mother's knowledge and attitudes towards DPT immunization is good, with 80.6% and 67.7% respectively, while the awareness of mother is still lacking. Now the presentation of non-compliance is still high, that is 64.5%. Suggestion for further research is hope that any research related to the relationship between mother's compliance with DPT immunization in babies aged 2 to 9 months can be continued to obtain the latest information. And from this, the authors say thank you so much to all mentors that have been guided the authors until the last page of this paper. And this is the references that using by the authors. And this is the last page, so thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.